Here is transformational form of a tangent function. It looks exactly the same as transformational form of a sine function and transformational form of a cosine function. The only difference is we write tangent here instead of sine or cosine. So all the transformations are actually the same as those other two functions. Yes, the function looks completely different. It's not a wave like the sine function, the cosine function, but transformations of those of this function are exactly the same. Okay, so if absolute value of a is bigger than 1, so if that number is a number bigger than 1, whether that's negative or positive, it's a vertical stretch. If the absolute value of a is less than 1, it's a vertical compression. If a is less than 0, in other words, if a is negative, we're going to see a reflection in the x-axis. All right, now if we talk about amplitude for a tangent function is undefined, okay? So that's a major difference between cosine function and sine function compared to the tangent function, okay? So usually A tells us the amplitude for cosine and sine. For the tangent function, amplitude is always undefined because it's going forever up and down. All right. B, same position as the other functions. Here we go. If the absolute value of b is bigger than 1, then it's a vertical compression. If it's less than 1, it's a vertical stretch. Notice this is opposite from A situation, which is exactly the same as cosine function and sine function. It's the opposite. So bigger than 1, vertical compression. Smaller than 1, vertical stretch. We will not be dealing with b being negative, okay? That would, of course, mean, as far as transformations go, it's a reflection in the y-axis, but we're not dealing with that because there will be another way to represent that transformation with all the other transformations. Okay, C. Oh, but back to B. We notice that the period of the tangent function is only pi rather than 2 pi like sine and cosine. So therefore, when we're calculating using our formula to figure out the period, instead of 2 pi over b, it's just going to be pi over b. So that's an important difference, again, between this function and the sine and cosine function. Okay, so the period equals pi over b. C is the horizontal shift, same as before, same as any other function we've dealt with. If c is bigger than 0, it moves to the right. But remember, this negative sign will still appear here, but c will be positive. It'll move to the right. If c is negative, it'll move left. Because of this negative sign, though, if c is negative, this will appear as a plus sign. It'll move to the left. D is the vertical shift. If d is bigger than 0, it's positive, it moves up. If d is smaller than 0, it moves down, just like it looks because this is a plus sign in this formula. So there's transformational form of a tangent function.